My name is Clint Knox. I'm the founder of Brainitz.
I'm Rick Keller, co-founder of Brainitz.
1 in 7 students don't graduate high school on time. And it is more than a coincidence that 1 in 7 students is also chronically absent. We're able to help teachers move their instruction beyond their 4 walls and reach kids that have previously been unreached.
We provide teachers with the tools that allow them to formulate teaching materials in an appropriate way.
This program has really given us an opportunity to go back and reflect upon the why you're doing what you're doing and the what next. And from where we began at Launch Camp to today has been a tremendous leap forward in taking the best of what both Rick and I bring to the table and making the world a better place.
It's boring to do somebody else's work and implement somebody else's ideas. So follow your passion.
I have been amazed at what the mentors have been able to bring and their willingness to give as much as they have. That has been far and away the greatest asset.
I can't think of a better education and a better experience for a person who's starting their career and is starting their career as an entrepreneur than an experience like this one.
Please welcome Clint from Brainitz to the stage.
So first off, quick thank you all for being here this evening. Thank you to XI and a special thank you to my wife. My name is Clint Knox. I'm the CEO and founder of Brainitz, and we reach every student through verified learning. I want to start off with a quick question. Raise your hand if you've ever taken an online course, a lecture, anything like that. Raise your hand if you've ever found yourself bored out of your mind during one of those. Actually, literally twice as many hands just went up. Now, online learning, or e-learning as the industry is called, beyond being boring, has a verification of learning problem. Now, I'm going to explain it a little bit like this. Let's say you're a doctor, a lawyer, insurance salesperson, or in a wide variety of industries, and you take an online recertification course. You might get 70 or 80% and pass. And I want to pause there for a second, because that means that your doctor could have literally missed 1 out of every 5 questions and still be good to go to operate on you the next day. Verification of learning during the learning process is a huge problem and one that Brainitz solves. Now, the e-learning industry is currently $190 billion, projected to be $400 billion in the next 6 years. And like any good technology startup, we're focusing on a segment of a large industry where we can develop a beachhead, dominate, and grow. And for us, that current beachhead is the flipped learning market within K-12. And it's kind of nice to actually give this presentation in front of the community, because when I say K-12 to investors, like a number of them kind of freak out. But you shouldn't, because K-12 is far and away the actual fastest growing segment of this industry, beyond being an extraordinarily important segment. It is also a nuanced segment that our team has decades of experience in, with a product already in market. Now, problems around verification of learning and boredom in K-12 are nothing new. And that flipped learning model that we are entering is attempting to address some of this. And so I'm going to pause for a second and explain a little bit about what this flipped learning model is versus traditional education. In traditional education, you might have an algebra teacher would give a lecture in class and assign her students homework to do. Most of the students would do their homework and turn it in to the teacher. When she had the opportunity to grade it, she would, and return it back to the students, letting them know what questions they missed. And this cycle of verification is extraordinarily long and very inefficient. And in the flipped learning model, in that same classroom, that teacher could record her lecture and assign that recording to be watched at home as homework, and have the student do their traditional homework in the classroom, where there's actually an algebra teacher that can help them with what they don't understand. And this is a pretty exciting model. Increased access to student technology has really helped this model to also kind of take off. Brainitz is, in many ways, the next generation of technology in this flipped learning model. What we specifically do is we allow a teacher to take a recorded lesson, their own, a YouTube video, TED Talk, whatever, and easily embed questions throughout the video. So it pauses, question pops up. If the students get the question right, they move on. But if they get the question wrong, they're simply kicked back 2 minutes or so to rewatch that section as many times as they need until they get the question right. This way, by completing the video instruction, the student has to get 100%. With Brainitz, the problem of verification of learning is solved instantaneously at the point of misunderstanding. Students are retaught in real time as needed. In addition, students that are absent because they're sick, suspended, or maybe just gone due to sports can access interactive lessons that hold the student accountable in or out of the classroom at a pace that their skills and abilities allow. We're meeting the needs of students that need a little more time, are on pace, and are advanced. Beyond that, the teacher in the classroom can create their own lessons or pull from our shared library of lessons that grows with each new user-created content, but ultimately maintaining control of curriculum in the hands of the teacher in the room. Now, beyond being good for kids, and this is where some of the nuances of K-12 come in, Brainitz and any education tool has to be better for the classroom teacher if it's going to be used. And better comes down to time. With Brainitz, teachers no longer have to constantly reteach over their lunch or after school the 1 in 7 students that are chronically absent in our nation. That's a national average. In high school, it's 1 in 5 students are chronically absent. Teachers can also access that shared library of lessons so they're not having to create new lessons each day. Now, I'm going to shift again and talk a little bit about our business side. We're a pretty traditional software as a service company. We can sell to individual teachers, schools, or districts, with a total addressable market of our sliver of K-12 of $300 million. And post-investment, we'll be turning on premium content, which is where we'll take the highest quality content from that shared library and put it behind a paywall for between $1 and $5 a lesson, earning us additional revenue, literally doubling our total addressable market, and earning the creating teacher additional income. Now, we're currently selling Brainitz through a license wrapped with professional development through our own continuing education courses. And through that model, we already have 150 teachers on our platform from Colorado and Utah. And stacking on an additional 48 states to that model will give us a nice growth rate for the next 6 to 12 months. Post-investment, we'll be turning on additional sales channels that are already being driven by an extensive email marketing campaign, which will include teacher spotlight series, webinars, booths at conferences, and presentations, ultimately driving teachers to a freemium model, which will offer us a direct-to-teacher sales model, then leveraging student success to school, and then district contracts. Now, the ultimate question for us or any startup is, can we move from 150 teachers to 150,000, a million? Here's what our competitors did. PlayPosit saw 250,000 users in 6 months of launching their freemium version. Edpuzzle saw 500,000 in 6 months, is currently at 1 million teachers and 20 million students, and we outperform both in student progress. And we do that through our secret sauce of auto-redirecting students when they miss a question and reteaching in real time. Our competitors simply test if a student got the question right or wrong and move on. We're also the only one to have a short answer essay auto-grader that gives real-time feedback to the quality of the student response. We have a faster user experience and are less expensive. And why we'll continue to win is our team. My name again is Clint Knox. I'm the founder and CEO. I've been a teacher for 12 years, national board certified. I have one previous business exit. Tommy Wells is our Chief Technology Officer. He's been managing software development teams for 15 years. This is his second startup. And Dr. Rick Keller is our Chief Science Officer. He's a former professor from Colorado College, my co-founder, and the science behind why what we do works. Earlier this evening, we were asking for money, and we still are, but tonight, here in the community, we're asking you to tell teachers, tell principals, and tell superintendents about this product that's being developed in their own town that helps teachers help students. And then we move into verifying our sales model, a national campaign, and moving on to a Series A round, which is projected to bring us to $4 million in ARR. And that's important because it will give us, inner investors, a nice exit, should we choose to exit at that time, or positioning us to knuckle up and go to battle in the corporate and college space. Education is changing, and I stand here today offering nothing less than the opportunity to be a part of that change. My name again is Clint Knox. That's my personal cell phone. Call me and let's talk, or I'll be back at that table, and come join us. Thank you so much and have a great night.